Well, welcome to July the 12th uh, in 9 Mile Falls, Washington. We're up a little higher than Spokane, so our summer's nectar flow is a little bit later than down there. And we're going to check our bees today. Um, we've been seeing a lot of flowers and a lot of nectar, and it looks like they've been harvesting pretty well. So I'm pretty confident that my hives will produce a pretty good amount of honey. Um, Last time I checked these guys, we had just introduced a new queen because we had a laying worker. I did a video where I dispatched her over there, the laying worker, and I came back over here and put a new queen in. Last week, we opened it up just to make sure they had accepted her and that she was laying, and they had. So I have not checked them now for several days because what I wanted to do was let them just kind of build up. We did give them a little help with some brood from my other hive over there. So hopefully they're kind of getting back on track pretty quick. Um, the general rule of thumb is if you've had a couple weeks with no laying queen, give them some additional brood from another hive, and it'll kickstart them with a few thousand extra bees to help them rebuild, and that's what we're trying to do. So I also gave these girls, hi, I gave them a pollen patty, and looking at it now, they are working on it, but they're not like devouring it. So I think what I can do is go ahead and pull this one off because it may be just more of a nuisance than anything. But my thought was there was that if they had some pollen and didn't have to go forage it, that would be one less thing that they'd have to worry about as they build their hive back up. So the situation on this hive is so wild because this is the story of how crazy bees can be. Um, Out of winter, this was a super strong hive, and in fact, I was so confident that this hive was not only going to be great, but it was going to swarm. And me being the magical beekeeper that I am, I was going to catch this swarm out front and prove to the world that you can catch your own bee swarm. There you go. Hi. And then you don't have to swarm them artificially. Was was my thought. And as a friend of mine just told me the other day, bees will always try to teach you lessons if you're willing to listen, I believe is how the quote went, or they're always trying to teach you if you'll pay attention, or something like that. And that goes right in line with what I always say, which is these guys are a 50-sided Rubik's Cube where every side is missing one color. It's like the ultimate puzzle with these animals, and I love it. um, anyway, super hot out here today. It's like 90, going to be 90 degrees. This is all nectar, which is awesome. And they're starting to fill this one up with all nectar too, which is great. This hive had a laying worker, and what you're looking for there, we had a lot of spotty brood, not in the areas you see drone brood typically. And it was all drone brood, and it was really spotty. It wasn't like they were trying to grow boys, they just had a laying worker. Um, there's other signs of that, like 2 eggs in a cell, or cells not being um, I'm sorry, cells that, like, when they lay, one here, one here, one here, etc. But we requeened them. I didn't want to because to me that's not kind of natural beekeeping. But at the end of the day, I thought better to do that and get them back on track. And already I can see she's laying up here. She may even be up here. I should probably be paying attention, huh? Looks like I have a bunch of eggs and some larvae of all stages, so she may even be. Oh yeah, there's a ton. She's been a laying fool. This hive's about a week or two. This hive is gonna just be populated. So I also did put a pollen patty in the bottom hive, and that's what this is, in the brood chamber down there. I just put this in when I was requeening them because I didn't want them to have to worry about foraging for pollen while they were trying to build back up. But she's obviously been up here. There's going to be a lot of brood in that one. A lot of eggs and larvae, ton of great signs. Love it. She is a marked queen, so I should be able to see her fairly easy when I see her again. We got eggs, larvae of all stages. A lot of eggs. I mean, she's got to be, she's got to be here somewhere. I mean, I have day-old eggs on here. When I'm searching for my queen, I start from the outside and rotate in. I try to split the hive in, or the frame, into two sections. So like split it either into thirds or in half, and then I just rotate my eyes in a circle from the outside to the middle. And that way, if she's a runner, you can still catch her. The good thing is these guys are tearing apart all that drone, the drone cells that the laying worker had created, and they're putting in. Yeah, she's been up here probably in the last. I'd be more surprised if she's not up here, to be honest with you. Yep. Capped brood galore. A lot of drones because of that laying worker situation. So I just have a ton of like drone brood or drones that are coming out. But the good news is they're cleaning it up, and it looks like the new queen is laying like a champ. Super excited to have her. I'm excited also now to see the downstairs, because if she's got this laid out like this, she is definitely. These guys are going to do all they can to make up for lost time here, that's for sure. You know, the downside of this is I was letting my hive swarm naturally.